Hello everyone, welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, spiritual intuitive and oracle, here with my Fortune Friday reading. So this reading actually has two parts to it today. The first part would be a picture of 3 cards posted on my page. I posted them earlier today. If you have not already gotten a chance to see those 3 cards, you have a little bit of time, so you can go ahead over, can back out of this, check out the picture of 3 cards that are face down. So then you allow yourself to just intuitively be drawn to one or more of those cards. See which card is calling you. So you can set that intention by saying to your higher self or to yourself, which card most has a message for me that I need to hear. And allow yourself, as soon as you open your eyes, to just be called to one of those cards. Or more if you have to, but we try to kind of focus in on one. And keep yourself nice and grounded at the same time by just taking a few deep breaths in and out. This will help to center and anchor your energy. So that's how we get the best possible guidance for ourselves. And I feel like this is a really fun way to allow everyone to put their own intuitive muscles to the test, to see what message they blindly chose and how it resonated with them. So today's a little bit more of a fun reading, a little bit more relaxed, but the messages are just as potent, just the same, okay? I see quite a few of you popping in. Hi, Bridget and Courtney, Deborah. Welcome, ladies. Thank you for joining. So I hope that you're all having a wonderful Friday so far. For everybody that is new to the page, this is the second part of the reading, I should say. So now is where, once you chose those 3 cards, we do reveal the card. I do reveal the cards for you and those messages that you most need to hear at this time. So these aren't personal readings. Once again, the readings that I do live like this are always kind of generalized for the collective consciousness, if you will. So for all of us as one, even though some of us may be drawn to different cards than others today. And some of us may be drawn to all 3 cards. Sometimes just the way that spirit works is it just comes through as kind of a message for, they all kind of go together. Most of the time that tends to happen. But anyway, allow yourself to be drawn to one or more of those cards and see what you most need to hear. So because we have been dealing with a lot of revelations and clarity coming through this week, as that message just kind of keeps getting driven home nonstop, I decided to call in some of my favorite energies that I have connected with since a very young girl, and it's the unicorn energy. Unicorns are very dear to me. They are real, the same as angels are real, the same as, magic and energy and oxygen and crystals and dragons. They're all real. Just because we cannot see something doesn't make it not real, not here, not assisting. Because there are some energies that are just so much more high vibrating than we are, and they reside on the higher vibrating levels, if you will. So the unicorn energy is incredibly beautiful because it is no ego, very much like angels. They are angelic beings. And some say, like I believe Diana Cooper is one of the people that does say that unicorns are actually ascended horses. So just in the same way that ascended masters are ascended humans, that unicorns are ascended horses. I'm not sure whether or not that is or that it isn't true. I'm not here to say that. I do know that they are incredibly high vibrational beings that do come back here without any ego to assist us, to help us to work with not only our heart and our higher heart, to open that to divine unconditional love and compassion, because that is what they work with, but also our third eyes, as they themselves have this beautiful divine spiral that is their third eye, also known as an alicorn. And so because this week was all about clarity, seeing from a new perspective, kind of flipping things around upside down, if you will, to see something that you may not have been seeing before, maybe looking at things in a whole new light, the unicorns best come through to assist. And let's face it, if you see a unicorn, well, you are clearly seeing. If you believe in unicorns and you haven't even seen, let's just understand that To see with your physical eyes is not truly seeing. To see with your heart and to see with your non-physical eye is truly seeing. So we are having a whole lot of heart expansion this week. We're having a whole lot of third eye activations and clearing. So, you know, it was very relevant for unicorn energy to come through. So, hi Grizel. Hi Amber. Hi Laura. Amber says, hello beautiful, saw a little girl with a unicorn headband on today. I then got on Facebook and saw the cards for Fortune Friday. Very funny, Spirit. Yes, isn't Spirit good like that? So you gotta love that. Love those synchronicities. So absolutely their energy is coming through strong. If you tuned into the Tuesday reading roulette or even caught the replay, you know that we had been working with the other magical divine beings known as the Dragon Guardians. So all about guardians stepping through. Part of my role here is to help others, is to talk about the guardians that are here that we cannot see, even if people don't believe it, even if people think I might be slightly off my rocker. That's, you know, that's their thing, not mine. I'm here to talk about them because they're here and they want to be heard, and they want us to know that they're helping, they're trying to. Just in the same way that the Ascended Masters and the Archangels and Angels are here helping us all. So, you know, I'm going to talk about unicorns and dragons and whatever else comes through. So hi Nikki, welcome. Hi Caitlin, glad you both made it. Hi Heather, welcome. Michelle. Courtney says, good evening, lovely lady. Hello, everyone. Hope all has a fantabulous weekend. Thank you, Courtney. I hope that you are doing well also. And I'll be reaching out to you this evening, Courtney. Bridget, I just reached out to you. So just wrapping up the rest of my Reading Roulette readings from Tuesday evening. So I'll be reaching out to you this evening, Courtney. Okay. Hi, Victoria. Long time no see, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for popping in. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it too. We're working with the unicorn energy today for Fortune Friday's reading. So if you haven't already seen those 3 cards that are there for you guys to choose from, you can head on over to my page right now and check out, see which card is calling out to you. And if you don't want to do that, a really fun exercise that even kicks it up a notch, if you will, really testing those intuitive muscles, is to close your eyes. Just allow yourself to take a few deep breaths and get yourself nice and grounded. And once you do that, call in your highest self, and then ask to be shown within your mind's eye a number 1, a number 2, or a number 3 in relation to the readings today. This will be the number of the card that has a message for you. Don't overthink it. That's using your left brain logic. Go with what comes to you instantly without second guessing. Okay? All right. Nikki says, oh no, I have a black screen and can't hear. Oh no. Bridget, I don't know if you want to message Nikki and tell her to possibly log out, maybe close out Facebook and then restart and come back in. That might help. I think that's the only thing, other than sometimes when that keeps happening, it means that either the person has to have like an upgrade, because I know I'm on an Apple tablet right now, and I was having a lot of problems before with the trying to bring Angie in, and it wouldn't work, and then right afterwards I got an update through Apple. So thank you, Bridget. So sometimes if it's not working out and it's still not working, you either maybe need to update your Facebook application on your device, or uninstall and reinstall, you know. So I don't know why. I've noticed a couple people saying it's been happening lately. Yay, welcome back, Nikki. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. Oh, good, Courtney. Good. Hi, Anna. Welcome. I'm so happy all of you ladies are made it tonight. It's wonderful. We got to rein in some fellas too. We want to bring in some divine masculine for some divine feminine masculine balance too. So if there are fellas watching, say hello. Join us. And you know, it's okay for you to come out of the woodwork. I know that sometimes they tune in, but they're very, very quiet. There's still a whole lot of what's that? with the shifting that's happening with masculine embodying more of their divine feminine, making them more in tune with their own intuitive abilities, with their own healing abilities, with their own higher selves and divine minds and divine heart. So masculine is also awakening to their divine feminine. So it's really wonderful to have the divine masculine here, and even just participating, saying hello, talking in the comments, because what that does is it actually creates a ripple effect. And so that's what we want to do. I love my goddesses. I do. I love all of you. But I also love my gods. And so it's about that divine union and balancing the masculine with the feminine energy. And same for the ladies, a rebirthing of your masculine to come into balance with your feminine. Okay? All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into it. And I'm working with the oracles. I'm working with the oracles. I'm working with the Unicorn Oracle by Cordelia Francesca Brabs. I wanted to say Francesca Cordelia. Cordelia Francesca Brabs. And love this because it is so bringing forth that aurora borealis light. It's just so powerful within itself. So, first card, or the left card, all right? For those of you who chose that, you chose receive. Hi, Christine. You just made it. Just pulled the first card. So receive for all of those who chose the left card or card number 1. It says, be open to receiving goodness. Believe you are worthy of abundance. A gift is coming to you soon. So, what does that mean? Okay, so this week again, I set the intention for the unicorns to assist us to see what it is that what is being revealed to us about that clear seeing from an alternate perspective, and what is it, sometimes we just need a little bit of a hint. Sometimes we, if you're like me, you've been getting a lot of hints, but at the same time, you've been having a lot of revelations. So that's happening. I'm seeing, different sides of scenarios and why I'm being put in them, if you will, and how to deal with them. So it's presenting new ways for me to approach situations or deal with situations, if that makes sense. But the receive card is interesting. So oftentimes we block our own ability to receive. And this could be many things. This could be blocking our ability to receive love, both unconditional and romantic. This could be blocking the ability to receive abundance and prosperity in all forms. This could be blocking the ability to receive communication from higher beings and wisdom. So it could be blocking the ability to receive accurate, truthful information. So oftentimes we go through life because of whatever circumstances, okay? It's a broad overview I'm going to give you here, because so many of us have gone through different circumstances in this lifetime, maybe past lifetimes, where we come in with this pre-programmed limiting belief. Hi, Hannah. Welcome, sweetheart. I just pulled the first card. And that belief could be that I'm not worthy of love because of whatever happened to me in another lifetime or what happened to me in this lifetime. For some reason, I am not worthy of love. So I will block my ability to receive love by thinking that I am not worthy. Now, I might not be consciously doing this. I might be subconsciously doing this. I might be wanting love, putting it out there. Why am I not in a romantic relationship? Why have I still not found divine love? Or why, hi Allie, welcome. No, you didn't. I just pulled the first card and it's receive. Okay, I'm just trying to give an overview as to understand what this is meaning. So this could be me, okay, saying that I'm not worthy of money. Okay, and you know what? I like to talk about examples, so I'll oftentimes share my personal experiences because I go through things just like everybody else does. Okay, hi Tammy and Lynette. So I'll give you a better example because it could be love, it could be abundance, it could be prosperity, it could be many things. I blocked my ability to receive abundance, and not just financial abundance, but an abundance of love, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of joy. I blocked myself because as I first started my spiritual gifts awakening and sharing them with others, I had a pre-programmed poverty belief. In many lifetimes, I was an orphan or came from a lower state. And so I was programmed to not be worthy and to not have money. So even coming into this life, I started out a very struggled road. And it took a long time for me to come to terms with money, because it wasn't that I was greedy in the sense that I wanted it. I was never that way. But it was in the sense that I was afraid of money. And I was used to not being worthy of it, if that makes sense to everybody. So even though I kept setting the intention that I would be able to one day financially support myself doing what I love, and not even just about supporting myself, but putting it out there to help others with what I do, and then accepting exchange in return. So as I would put my prices out there, I was afraid to offer a certain amount of money. Hi, Allie, and hi, Roxana. Welcome, ladies. I am on the first card, and it is receive. Okay, and it's talking about seeing. We're also talking about clarity and seeing what we didn't see. So receiving clarity this week via the help of the unicorns. Okay, so when you say receive, it's going to tell you that you, in some way or another, have been receiving, or the way that you see receiving has kind of been skewed. So we're going to open up the perspective as to how you can see that you may have been unintentionally blocking your ability to receive, if that makes sense, okay? Yes, Christine, perfect. I did. I carried the energetic imprint from other lifetimes, from my karma. I carried karmic debt with me this time around. So I was blocking because I believed I couldn't attain money subconsciously. And so what you believe is what you create. And so when I first started offering readings to people online, I was afraid of what they would think about me. And I was afraid that they would think I wasn't worth the price I was asking, which was probably like $20, $15. You know, I was barely asking anything. But because of this, I wasn't receiving anything, and I wasn't receiving clients either. And it wasn't until I began to grow spiritually and I did more self-work, and I learned that, with the help of spirit, of course, that I was subconsciously telling the universe how to treat me and everybody else. And I was also subconsciously telling the universe that I thought people wouldn't think I was worth it. So I shouldn't charge money. I was afraid. I was even, when people would hand me money, I didn't even look at it, because I was like, oh no, I don't even want to look at it. And I just put it down because I didn't want to, I don't know if I just didn't want to be seen as greedy. I don't know. So I was always afraid. And it wasn't until I finally understood, and Spirit said, if you want to be seen as serious, if you want people to appreciate you, you have to tell them how. And so I set the tone and then didn't apologize for that. And once I started to, you know, when I first started, oh my goodness, I'm going to ask $30 for a reading. Mind you guys, there's people that ask for $60. $60 for a reading, and there's no timetable. This is my price, and this is what I do. No questions asked, you know? When I was going to ask for $30 for a reading, I was afraid. Believe it or not, I was afraid. And then when I finally said, I'm not going to ask any questions, this is it. This is my rate. $30, bam. Things shifted because I believed in me, and I believed I was worth it. I believed that the messages that could come through me and what I could do here was worth it. So I stopped blocking my ability to receive, you see? And so things shifted, and it wasn't about making money for me. It's about helping people. It was about establishing myself. It was about a beautiful clientele that supported and helped, and I helped them in exchange. So it's the same thing with love. You could say, I don't understand. I'm putting everything out there. I'm trying to set the intention. I want to receive love. I want to receive unconditional love. But are you going into this love feeling, I'm not worthy of love? Are you going into love carrying past hurts? Are you going into love holding someone at arm's length because they could lie to you, they could cheat on you, they could hurt you? Well, what are you doing? You're setting the tone to not receive full love. You are blocking yourself from receiving. Do you see? If you think you have to be born with spiritual powers and gifts and just magically see these amazing other creatures and worlds flying around you, you're blocking yourself to receive. I was not born seeing the way that most people understand it. I worked at it. I expanded it. I grew it. I opened myself to the possibilities. And I released fear. And so this is what this card is all about. Believing you are worthy to receive no matter what form of it is. Abundance, prosperity, health, love. Yes, health. Health. You can be healthy. I don't care what you believe. You can be healthy. You can do this. So it's very important for you to realize that miracles happen if you expect miracles to happen. If you expect bad to happen, well, then that's what happens. See what I'm saying? If you expect to receive, then you receive. Okay? So, be open to receiving goodness. You are worthy of receiving what good things want to come to you. Believe you are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of so much more. And I read something, I think it was yesterday, and I might have said it in somebody's reading that I did. And it said, it said the possibilities are limitless because I am limitless. And that was like, even though I already know that, just reading that was like, bam, you know? It was like, whew, that was the most perfect way to say that. So, abundance is possible because you are abundant. Love is possible because you are love. So whatever you want to receive, be that, okay? So that's another way that we block ourselves too, is we want to be loved. We want to receive love. But are you unconditionally loving? Are you putting that out there? Remember, what we put out is what we attract back. Even if it's a subconscious thing that we don't tell anybody, we don't even whisper it. Okay? A gift is coming to you soon. So whatever it is that you are waiting for, remember, see with different eyes now how you may be possibly blocking yourself to receive it. And then once you recognize that, be open to receiving. Expect to receive it. It's coming. Okay? No doubts. No fears. All right. I love that one. That one was great. I love that. I didn't get to choose a card, but I love that one. Caitlin said this was the card I picked in great message. Awesome. That's so awesome, Caitlin. Glad to hear that. Amber says, so what I needed to hear, crying, happy tears. Oh, sweetheart, good. Cry, release. And I'm so happy that it resonates and that it clicks. Alex says, I didn't even pick this card, but this is exactly what I needed to hear right now. I'm telling you, sometimes they just all go together anyway, okay? Sometimes it's what we all need to hear. Roxana says, I didn't pick this card, but your message is resonating. Thank you. You're welcome, sweet Roxana. Thank you. Nikki, we never picked the wrong card, sweetheart. It's always divinely in sync with exactly what we need to hear, exactly when we need it. Sometimes it's all three of the cards that just come through for all of us. So it's okay. Take it. You don't block yourself to receive, you see? Because you were set on picking the one, so that's the only one that's going to be for you, or you picked it wrong. No, you might be open to receiving all three. See? Don't block yourself to receive. That's awesome, Allie. All right, so Lara says, sometimes we build walls instead of bridges to prevent us from being hurt. Yeah, that is so true, sweetheart. Well said. We absolutely do build walls instead of bridges. And I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, are you crazy? I do readings and I say, you know, you've been hurt. You know, it's relationship readings is one of the big ones. And, you know, you've been hurt. And so how does that make you feel? Afraid. Defensive. And so we spend our life building, and I'm Scorpio, so I know all about these walls. Spend our life building these walls around our hearts, guarding. And people come into our life, we're like, oh, I love you, love me, but you do it over there. Don't get this close, or I'm not going to let you get this close, you know? But essentially, that's the worst thing that we could do for ourselves. We are destroying ourselves by doing this. The point of being able to feel is to feel deeply. And sometimes that deeply, you know, because there's balance. Sometimes that polarity, instead of feeling amazing, sometimes it feels really bad. But the point is to allow yourself, even after devastation, after pain, after getting knocked down, is to continue to just burst that heart wide open and let it shine and let it radiate. Let it give freely without the walls, without defense, and allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to be loved. Do you allow yourself to be loved? That's a good question to ask. Do you hold something at bay? Allow yourself to receive, even if there's a chance you can get hurt. Doesn't matter. It's a lesson learned, and we just keep going, and we just keep moving. Otherwise, you're just living a half life. It's better to have loved, better to have lost than to never have loved at all. Isn't that the saying? For sure. All right. So, that's that one. That was card 1. Hi, Patty. Welcome, sweetheart. I just finished card 1. You might want to catch it back on replay if it was yours, and it was receive. Okay. All right. I love that unicorn. Moving on to the center, or card number 2. Strength. Love black unicorns. Violet eyes. So the card is strength, and it says, this challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in the situation. I love this. I love how the unicorns are talking to us today. So today, just a reminder for anybody who just popped in, the way that I set this intention was for the unicorns to reveal clarity to us, since clarity is the topic of the week, or the theme of the week, and it's all about our we are having a lot of third eye work done as well. So third eye is how we clearly see, right? So I asked the unicorns to send us, to help us see clarity with situations that we were not seeing clearly. So now this is another perfect example of how we don't see something from the higher perspective, but we see it from a lower perspective, okay? So, challenges. We all have them. I faced one today. You faced a couple the other day. Like, they happen to all of us. If you're not facing challenges, you're not learning. You're not growing. So remember that, okay? So, challenges happen. And what is the first thing? Ask yourself right now, all of you. What is the first thing you think when a challenge happens, when something blocks in your path? Just, you're going along your day, everything's great, it's amazing. You think you're okay, and bam, a big bill comes in, or bam, something happens to the car, or bam, someone pulls the rug out from under your feet. What happens then? What do? You break, right? You get frustrated, you maybe yell, you maybe let anger come up to the surface, maybe you cry, maybe you feel defeated. That's the biggest one, I think, is we feel defeat. Like, can I get ahead? Can I catch a break? And we want to give up, and we're angry, and we're sad, and we just don't see the way forward. We don't see our way out. That's the way, the clouded way of looking at the situation. challenges are not always fun. I'm not going to fluffy bunny this up and say it is. It's not fun. I had a challenge today. It was not fun. My reaction wasn't fun either. But I recognize what's going on. So that's the thing. Clarity comes in when we can recognize challenges are opportunities for us to stand strong, not to break, to bend, to flow fluidly, adapting. Also looking at the bigger picture. What is happening to cause the challenge? Why is it happening? It's an opportunity for you to learn. It's an opportunity for you to grow and transform. It's an opportunity for you to maybe recognize what's not working. Challenges are helpers, guys. They're teachers. They are teaching you whether you like it or not. You can either sink or you can swim. Strength comes through to make you stronger. Situations happen to make you stronger, to make you wiser, to make you raise up out of a stagnant, limited way of being. We find our ways around. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's the clarity on challenges and those of you facing them this week. Have strength and know that you are strong enough to barrel your way through them. They only block you if you allow them to. So what is the lesson? How do you get around it? Okay, so the card again says, look for the gifts in the situation. What is the blessing in disguise? What's the silver lining? And that's what I love about the Hindu god Ganesh, because that's what he taught me. He is one of my guides. And believe it or not, when I was taking medium classes, my teacher said something very interesting that I had never heard of. And it was about all the different types of guides that you have. And we have supposedly 5 specific. Now, it was something that she came upon. She herself doesn't know for that to be 100% fact. I don't believe that to be 100% fact because I have tons of them. And maybe 5 at a given time. I could see that. But I don't know. I could be wrong as well. So I'm not going to say it's right or wrong. However, when we were tasked with connecting with guides, in specific, I was tasked with connecting to my joy guide. So when my joy guide came in, I didn't know what to expect. And there's Ganesh, the Hindu elephant god, right? Elephant-headed god, who is ordinarily the breaker of obstacles. He's the remover of obstacles, and he helps to move them out of the way so that positivity can flow through, or we can get past them, if you will. So to me, he's always been that great remover of obstacles for us and challenges. But I never figured anything to do with joy or bliss or happiness, you know? So this is how he came in. And when I say he came in, I was seeing with my third eye. I had my eyes closed, and okay, joy guide, come on in. So comes in, and here comes this little miniature kind of baby version of an elephant-headed god. Adorable, and definitely not this big old breaker of obstacles that you would think. And he was juggling and kind of like coming in like very silly and like doing funny stuff, and then kind of like bouncing around on his hands. And right before that, I had a flash of the laughing Buddha. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. It's that very like a chubby little statue, adorable little statue with this like little chubby faced man, and he's laughing, and he's got like his belly out, and he's like got a bared belly and a bared, no shirt on. Hilarious and adorable at the same time. It makes you giggle, So I had a flash of laughing Buddha, and then I had Ganesh, adorable, silly little Ganesh. And I burst out laughing in class because I thought, this is so silly. What is this, you know? And then I figured it out. I put two and two together. Ganesh is my joy guide. And he comes in to not only remove obstacles. The way he teaches me to remove obstacles is by finding my joy and my bliss in every challenge, in every situation. And do you see how that removes the challenge? It no longer affects me the way that a challenge should affect you. So does that make sense? So he reminded me to find my funny, to laugh at everything, to not let me take it so seriously that it would break me and destroy me, to find the silly or to find even the silver lining. And that's how I found my way around. So look to the gifts in every situation, because with every challenge, you are also being presented with a gift. Okay? I hope that resonates and that helps you who are going through any challenges, or even when you do go through challenges, because even though you might be sitting here and that's not my card, we all go through them. Okay? Allie says, yes, indeed. Hey, Lala. Welcome, sweetheart. Thanks for being here. Courtney says, I keep getting kicked off. I missed some of this. We'll have to watch the replay of what I missed. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. If you're still having problems, try to do the whole uninstall, reinstall. Because like I said, sometimes it's all a matter of maybe needing an update, clearing your cache. I don't know. I'm married to a very techie man, so I repeat what he says. And sometimes it works. All right? And Lynette says, an ant is crawling on me. Ooh, strength, hard worker. There you go. Got to do the work if we want to build it for the, we building for the team, if you will. So the collective consciousness. Everybody's got to play their part. That's what I just heard. So Bridget says, this was the card I picked. Challenges make me panic at first, but then I stop and think it through. I think I think that's a legitimate reaction. I'm gonna say it's a legitimate reaction because if it's not panic, sometimes it's anger. Today a situation happened and woo, did I feel my dragon rise. I was like, Kali Ma, I'm calling you right now. It happens. But the point is to not act on that. And the point is to bring it on back down, simmer it down, and then analyze with a clear head when you can, okay? So I think that's an important thing. Okay. Card number 3, or the right card for everybody who chose that. Intuition. See this beautiful unicorn and this maiden standing in the doorway, and beyond them, another world. In front of them, another world. You can see glimpses of the moon in the back, and it's interesting because there's 2 moons. Do you see that? Not 1, 2. Talking about alternate realities and worlds. So intuition. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. This is a good one. So, hi Diane. Welcome, sweetheart. We are on card number 3. So anything that you missed, you can definitely catch it back on the replay. And I'm just going into card number 3 now, okay? Deborah says, thanks for sharing your experiences. It brings more meaning and understanding of your readings. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for saying that, because I often wondered if people didn't think, when I first started, of course, because here comes that divine worth again. When I first started, I often wondered if I should not speak like a human, if that makes sense. If I should not share personal experiences, because did it make me look weak? Did it make me look unprofessional? Did it make me look like I talk about myself way too much? And then something, Spirit, said, it makes you you. It makes you personable, and it helps people to relate. And so more and more I began to realize that even throughout the day when I was going to do a reading for someone or come on here and do the live readings, I would be presented with an example of what was going to happen later in readings, and I didn't know that. And so part of my gift is sharing through experience, because it does help people to be able to relate. It does help them understand, and it does put it into perspective or layman's terms versus speaking at people. So thank you for saying that, because, you know, it's just a confirmation as to why I pushed through and did it anyway. So I'm not up here to talk about myself. I'm up here to help you understand how very real this all is through experience. Okay? You're right, Nikki. Absolutely. All right, so intuition. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide, and trust your intuition no matter what. All right, so this one is a big one. So, oh, Patty, you are, and that's great. Great. How do I want to word this? So, intuition is the softer voice. I'm going to talk about this in 2 layers, okay? So, bear with me. Intuition is the softer voice. It's the whisper of the heart, just like the card said. And whisper is literal. This voice is the loud one. The one that tells you what to do and what not to do all day long. Because that is the voice of reason, logic, rationale. That is not always in alignment with your highest good, okay? That's where fear creeps in, where doubt creeps in, and where sometimes reality hinders, okay? The voice of your heart, though, that soft whisper, tune in good enough, and you really turn up the volume on that and bypass the voice of the logic and reason sometimes, that louder one, you can hear your soul. Because your soul is your heart, and the higher heart, and his soul is connected to the higher wisdom and higher mind. So this is the voice of truth coming through. This is in alignment with your highest good. And sometimes we don't listen to the little whisper because the fear is so much louder, and it gives us what we want. And the heart sometimes pushes us out of our comfort zone for good reason. Sometimes we don't want to hear what our heart has to say. But that is your intuition. That is the voice of your soul, giving you whispers and signs and clues and truth, pushing you into the direction that you're meant to go in, pushing you to make those choices that are uncomfortable, that are scary, that are unusual, like speaking about unicorns and dragons live. And people who know me and family members, you know. But intuition is the softer voice, and it says, Jamie, do it. And so Jamie does it. And I'm living in accordance with my life work and my life purpose, and I am better for it. I am whole because of it. And everything that I do is divinely guided. I do not allow, when sometimes those fears and the loud ones, they get in my head. And they try to shake me down, but I don't act, and I wait, and I regroup, and I ground, and I call in my higher self, and I'd say, show me clearly, show me the way. Is this true, or is this illusion? And I always see through the illusion. So listen to your heart, even if it's not the easy change or direction to take. Always listen to your heart. It's always calling you home. It's always guiding you to your true north. Okay? Use divination tools to help you decide. So, for those of us who do read cards, that connects us to our higher mind. It allows us to connect without doubt. Because so many times we hear our voice, and I'll get clients, and some of you are going to sit here today, and you're going to say, oh my goodness, I knew this is what I was supposed to do. And it wasn't until you said it that it resonated, right? So you needed the proof. You needed the confirmation. So when I teach my Oracle students, I teach them, I am not teaching you to read cards. I'm teaching you to listen and trust your intuition. I'm teaching you to hear your inner voice with the use of oracle cards. They are just tools in the same way that pendulums are, it's a way, it's a way for you to put what comes through that we cannot see, because we're such physical beings. We need physical, concrete proof to trust, right? So if I gave you a reading and I said this, this, and this, and this, and this, you're going to say, but I don't really know if I believe that. But I don't really know if she's telling me the truth. But if I tell you this, this, and this, and this, and then I say, and bam, your card says the same thing. You're like, I see. So do you see? So sometimes, in order to develop your intuition, the first thing that I tell everyone, meditate, oracle cards. The reason being is because it allows you to begin to learn how your inner voice, your higher voice, I should say, communicates. Not only just your higher self, but how your spirit guides communicate. How spirit, because that's very broad, there's lots of energies consisting in that, is they communicate through the smaller voice, through your own voice, through symbolism, through numbers. So images on cards act as the bridge to communicate. So if you would like to work with your intuition, trust in the messages and the symbols that come through. Trust when you see that synchronicity. Also, maybe use oracle cards to start to help you exercise that intuitive muscle until the point of trusting enough that you understand the way that your soul is communicating with you for your own higher good. Also, maybe meditation, because meditation, and if you are a visual person like me, and you can work up to that. It's not something that you can't do. You can work up to that. Same way you can work up to reading cards. That information that starts to flow through you, you begin to see clearly. You begin to build trust. You begin to understand how messages come through for your highest good. And so it helps you to trust in the messages and in the path for you that's coming in. Okay? So that, and then you have trust your intuition no matter what. So that's the first part, okay? It's about those little whispers that come in. They're there. This is your built-in truth detector and your truth meter. This was a God-given right, okay? Creator, source, whatever you want to refer to it. It is the birthright of us all. And so we all can expand it and open it, and it doesn't matter how old you are, okay? That is why I teach reading, because I teach you to listen to you, okay? So I can read without touching a card, period. But when I first started, I couldn't even attempt that. But I learned to trust me and the voice that comes through me, okay? So that's one. And I'm going to get to your comments in a second. I see your comments, okay? Second part of this is when you learn to trust in your intuition. Now, intuition is not just a voice. It's not just about hearing. It's all of your senses together. So your clairvoyancy, your clear seeing, your third eye, clear hearing, clairaudiency, clear feeling, which is clairsentience, okay? And clear knowing, which is claircognizance. There's some other ones in there as well, but those are the biggest ones that you deal with. So this is about awakening all of your senses, awakening them all to be able to help you to clearly hear and see, as well as feel spirit and your higher self, okay? When you do this, it allows you to realize that we are not here alone, that we are not solely humans living in a physical world, that we are able to shift and rise and move through dimensions and realities, and that we're currently in the process of doing that. And so we can meet these other beings that are assisting us halfway, like the unicorns, like the dragon beings, like the archangels, like the ascended masters, like our own spirit guides that may have been physical humans at one point. You name it. You can travel interdimensionally in your dreams, in meditations. My first time I ever meditated, because that's what I thought I did, I meditated, I saw a unicorn and an angel. And I didn't know I was supposed to see anything. But I did. And I also left this realm. I traveled in what I would refer to as it's more shamanic journeying, vision questing. I actually left here like this. Didn't know I could do that. Till I told somebody, and they were like, that's a little different than meditation. It's meditation, like, you know? So I wouldn't have believed that. I wouldn't have believed that. But that's what I do. Now that's what I do here. So you see, it's allowing you to be limitless. It's removing your blinders and allowing you to clearly see. See a different perspective, to see consciously, expanding your consciousness, to be able to weave in and out as we are meant to, so that we can rise and shift. And as we do that, as we open our hearts to the other moons out there, the other worlds out there, the other beings out there here to assist, okay? Because I'm not gonna lie, guys, not everything is here to assist. So it's important you set that tone. Only what serves my highest good, always, okay? And you always call in protection when you do anything like that. But there are so many beings here to assist. And so it's about believing is seeing. It's not the other way around. So it is about being able to expand by remembering that we are all one consciousness, and we are all connected. We're all one, and even these other beings that are out there on higher vibration and higher frequencies, and they are here to also help us, to work with us, to coexist. Okay? So, yeah. Altering your perspective this week. Okay? So, trust your intuition more. Develop your intuition more. Okay? Oracle card readings, meditation, working with crystals that assist in, dream visions, and like amethyst and labradorite, and third eye crystals like lapis, like tanzanite, which is a little harder to get your hands on. I'm going to say that now. But I think tanzanite was the crystal of the week by Angie Walters, which is also all about clarity, clear seeing. And also I was given a piece of tanzanite this week, as well as a piece of iolite, which is also a third eye stone. So you can do things. I also teach Oracle card reading, and I teach it online. It is a pre-recorded 4-week course if anybody is ever interested. I'll probably be offering it again. I think the first week of August I'll launch it again, and it will run for 4 weeks long. Again, this is something that you do in the privacy of your own home because it's pre-recorded. We work together still, though, through messages, through a private group. So if you are interested in learning how to read oracle cards to start building your own intuition, to help yourself expand, if not with me, then with someone else. I do keep it incredibly reasonably priced because, like I said, that's not my motive here. My motive is to help others, but also honor myself at the same time. Okay? So if it's something that you want to do, take your time to consider it. Tarot card reading is also a divination tool. It works differently, though. I was a tarot card reader before I worked with oracle cards for a very long time. I personally found that it didn't resonate as strongly with me. I understand the origins of tarot. I teach a little bit about the origins of tarot and oracle, period, in my card reading course. I teach a little bit of numerology in my card reading course. Not a numerologist, but just enough to go into understanding numbers and the way they come through on cards. I teach a little bit about symbolism, and I teach a little bit of meditation and a little bit about shielding and protection. So there's a whole lot offered in that 4-week oracle card reading course. Okay, so something to think about. And then I will be launching it probably the first Friday in August. Okay. Oh, yay, Bridget. All right, so I will send you an invite when I create the event, okay? All right. Hi, Derek. Hi, Liz. Welcome, guys. I'm just finishing up the messages. You can catch them back on replay. There were some powerful messages that came through this week via the beautiful unicorn energy. So really quick, I'll do a quick recap for everybody. First card was all about receive and receiving and learning how to be mindful of how we block ourselves to receive and how we could be doing that now so that we can not block ourselves, open ourselves up to receiving, and see what's coming in for us. Second card was all about strength and seeing the gifts in every challenge versus the challenge in every challenge. Learning how to rise through it, rise above it, and become stronger for it, and see what it's actually helping you and teaching you. Okay. The next final card was intuition. This was all about learning how to trust in the voice of your intuition and less the voice of logic. More about connecting and building and growing your intuition, because it is like a muscle. It does need to be expanded. It does need to be exercised. It does need to be maintained. And the more that you do it, better you get. So it's about different ways of tapping into that, expanding your consciousness to see what we wouldn't ordinarily see, and also seeing through those layers, that believing and then you see. Believing unicorns exist, dragons, mermaids, other worlds, other layers, other realities, other versions of ourselves. It's about seeing all of that, believing all of that, and then you see it. Okay? All right, everybody, I'm incredibly blessed to have all of you here with me. I want to thank all of you for always being so loving and so supportive. I do greatly appreciate that. I hope that you're all going to have an amazing, magical weekend and make the best of these messages as they come through, as we are going through very, very powerful times. Serious energy every year. You've seen me sharing the articles and sharing information. They're lengthy articles, but powerful information. Sirius star is closest to our planet right now, which is Sirius is like our, for some of us anyways, like our home base. Kind of where all of our souls pass through, our teaching star, if you will, where we have to kind of have a pit stop before we come back down to earth to reincarnate again. So very powerful energies. And for most of us, our family, our brethren. So the Sirius star is the closest to us right now, which is the blue star, the blue flame. It is also illuminating, helping to expand our hearts and teaching us as well to expand our third eye. It was from the 3rd to the 7th, preparing us, and we're going to keep right on moving into the next gateway, which is going to be Sirius Lyra conjunction at the Lion's Gate on August 8th. So lots of powerful happening stuff, and it's not going to stop. It's going to keep happening, and it's pushing. Do you see? It's pushing us to keep expanding and tapping into these higher frequencies and this higher information that's out there. Okay? Because you're receiving, Courtney. As I'm talking, you're receiving. You guys heard me talk about that before, how my aura holds codes, light codes, healing, activations. So as I talk and as you receive, because you're receiving, you can sometimes feel that and catch that. Okay? So I missed some comments, so before I say goodbye, I just want to make sure I didn't miss any of your magical stuff. See... the wrong button there. Hi, Barbara. I saw you pop in, sweetheart. I didn't get to say hello. Thank you for being here. Allie says cards teach you how to communicate with others. Absolutely, they do. Good way of seeing that and saying that. Absolutely. I've been reading for a very, 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 very long time, and they taught me so much. They really did. Even the people who create the card decks. Sometimes if you get nosy and you want to look at some of the information and why the person chose the card and what they put into their message for the card, even though I don't go by guidebooks, I teach you not to do that. It's still sometimes there's really powerful information as to how they came along. So it's really teaching you at the same time. There's always something profound in that. Nikki says, I picked this card and I had turned my intuition off until Bridget reminded me of how much I needed it again. You see? No such thing as coincidences there. Nikki says, I used to be so close to my intuition. It was almost clairvoyant and it went away. I let it go away. I'm trying desperately to get it back. You absolutely can. It does. It does go away. It doesn't really go away, but it blocks. It does get blocked. Okay? And a lot, healing work, energy work, and working intuitively more and more and more will actually assist that. Okay? Bridget says, I got my first deck of oracle cards today. Fairy Tale by Lucy Cavendish. Oh my god, I love Lucy. Love Lucy. She's been an inspiration to me for a very long time, probably since I touched my first cards. When I first started reading, oracle cards didn't exist. Okay, they're fairly new to the scene, but they're amazing. I love them because they're free-spirited, and that's why I love them. But Lucy is very great. I love her energy. You can't go wrong with a Lucy deck. Okay, I love many, many oracle card creators. As you see, probably if you can catch a glimpse up there, I am a hoarder of decks. And there's some really amazing women out there and men out there who've created powerful decks, being very powerful conduits for divine information, I should say. And one day, hopefully, I'll be up there on that list. That is a goal of mine, to create my own oracle decks. Nikki says, I lived on an Indian burial ground and I saw and heard many things, but my parents thought I was crazy. Oh, well, that happens a lot. We get shut down at a very young age because of something, someone, fear. And then it's just a matter of getting back on that bike and riding again. Okay, so you can absolutely do that. Lynette says, beautiful messages. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetheart, for being here, and thank you for saying that. Courtney says, very powerful messages this week, and they all flow from one to the next. They do. They all just continue on, building and growing, right? Patty says, just beautiful, sweetheart. Thank you so much for sharing you with us all. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I love you very, very much, and thank you for being here and for sharing your magic with us all, too. Nikki says, thank you, I love you, and I will be taking your class. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Good. I will put the information out there for all of you soon, and then this way I will launch it. July, I'm taking off a little bit. I've got a very powerful soul journey coming up this month, so I will be kind of quiet, and I will announce that before I leave, so towards the end of the month. But it's a powerful soul journey that I hope I will come back here never the same, and able to provide even more and more beautiful wisdom and energy for all of you. I am having a soul retrieval in a place that I call home, so you will all know soon enough. Oh, you're welcome, Bridget. And Laura says, oh my God, what a powerful Friday night. Blessings. Oh, blessings to you too, sweetheart. I'm glad. I'm so happy. They did flow through, and I'm not surprised, because I called in unicorns, and I love unicorns. You guys know that, and you know, working with them, you just feel it. I feel like I'm just like this, you know, it's silly, but it's their energy. It's just so profoundly strong and loving and unconditional. I love it. It's actually not showing double messages on my end, Nikki. It does that to me too. I see it when I comment, but it just looks like that to you, but I'm not actually seeing them. Allie says, you will. I'm sorry, I missed what part you were saying that to. So if you want to elaborate, you know, if not, no problem. I missed it because when scrolling, I didn't see what you were replying to. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to wrap this up. Hi, Ingy. Welcome. I'm just wrapping up for the evening. Everything will be available to watch back on replay. Even if you didn't choose messages, I always do believe that everybody that finds their way here was divinely meant to do so, because that's the intention that I set. And I do believe in divine synchronicity, not coincidence. And so that means that replay or live, there's something incredibly powerful for you to hear, and that's why you're here. All right? Oh, Allie, thank you for that, sweetheart. Yes, I will. I will, because I'm not leaving this planet until I do. So, all right, everybody. Love, magical blessings. I love all of you so very much, and I do appreciate you being here, and have a great weekend. And again, remember the work. Remember the messages, and work with them all week. Okay? Bye-bye.